Hi guys, Alan Moore here on another fragrance review. This is one mic, there it is, and it'll be one take. Okay guys, so on today's video I'm continuing the theme where I started last week. This should be part 2 of my autumn fragrances that finish on a podium, first, second and third. There's too many to do in one video, so I'll split it over 4 episodes on these videos. So this is the second instalment of the fragrance I show in this video that I think will be fantastic come the autumn and winter. So if you'd like to see some of these, I think will take your interest. I'll see you after the intro. Cheers guys, thanks a lot. Okay guys, welcome back. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Back here to this on a different day now. Normally I shoot my videos on a Saturday and Sunday, but I've had a few circumstances this week, them giving me a lot of more time on my hands of a night time, at least another next month or so. So I thought, well, why not shoot some new videos and try to do a few more regular than I normally would do. So I'm going to do one today. And over the next week, I'm going to try to see if I can do one more or less every night. And just there we go, just for give me some practice at, keep putting these videos out and putting the content out that you guys hopefully will appreciate. Okay, so let's get on with the video. We've got 3 fragrances, guys. So before we start, I'll show the scent of the day. And it's this one here. And this is Opium Pour On For Men, classic scent. It's got a nice bottle there, look, blue plastic top. You got a juice inside, and it's sprayed. This has got more pungent than a lot of gentleman's classic fragrance. It's got a bit of punch to it, this one has. So you got this one, it got a bit more oomph about it. So it's a nice classical scent, and I haven't got it on. Let's put a bit more on just for the sake of the video. I hope you're all doing good, guys. The week's been good to you. Got the weekend here nearly, come on. Okay, now then, let's go show you the first one I've got for you today. She's done lots of videos, I should imagine, on YouTube, because it is popular. It's been on countless videos, but I'm going to give my take on it anyway. So it's this one here, Bentley for Men, Intense. This is a fantastic autumn and winter fragrance, guys. This you'll cut through the cold air, wear it on rainy days and different stuff like. So it is quite good for this time of year, and it's got like a nice little bottle there, it's got a nice atomizer. And to be honest with you, spray this and it just smells like luxury. I mean, obviously you're talking about a luxury brand car name here, Bentley. If you see some of the latest Bentleys, they've got them phenomenal. Inside the actual car, they've kitted it out with all the lights in the top of the roof and stuff. It's really good. And I suppose only a few get to drive them, but it is something to strive for or dream about winning maybe a lottery win and go and buy yourself one of these. But this is a fragrance that's released, and you can tell it's based on the car because it's got leather note in there, it's got rum in it. And some of these Shelford Bentley, they've got these little drink cabinet where they have rum or whiskey or different stuff in a cabinet, and they've got to smell the leather. It all ties in with this fragrance, and it's all there to give you something special. If you'd have thought with Bentley, you would have done fragrances like this, but they do. And they've got some flankers to this. I haven't tried them all, but I've seen lots of videos saying that the flankers are quite good as well. Eventually, I'd like to get a few more of these. So let's just give the notes to this fragrance. I've got it on the trusted notepad down here, guys. Looks like quite high tech, as you can see. Right, in the top, you've got black pepper, bay leaf, and bergamot. In the mid, you've got rum. That's where that boozy note comes in, guys. Woody notes, cinnamon, clouded sage. And in the base, you've got incense, leather. That's all the leather seats in the Bentleys and different. And you've got benzoin. That's got like that pungent smell. When you smell this fragrance, it's very strong. And then you've got patchouli and cedar, and it was released in 2013. So, if you've not bought this fragrance before, I would say try it before you can buy it, because it's not for everybody. Because, you know, you've got to choose the right time to wear it, and you've got to have the confidence to wear it. It's not an easy scent to wear. So, I'm quite confident wearing that because of my age, and, you know, I'm over middle age and stuff. It doesn't really bother me. So, but younger guys might not want to wear that. So, what would I say? The best part about this fragrance, it makes you smell like you got money. If you was to go into a pub smelling like that, have a drink with your friends, I think they'll be quite surprised how nice you smell. And they'll be expecting you to get like a wallet now to pay for your drinks. That's why the vibe it gives off. It's like luxury. So that's the first pick, guys. Now, I'm not going to put them into order yet. I'll go on the podium. I'll do that at the end of the video. Right, now this next one, guys. You hyped to death on YouTube at one time by Max Forte, which is a great guy. Wish Max all the best. He's doing a great job. But I remember doing this video with this fragrance. I think it was Sebastian as well. He changed his name for the channel. I think it's the fragrance guy. I think his name is. He's a nice guy. Like, he knows everything about fragrance. Check his channel. It's really good. And he's not one of us for many design fragrances, more niche and expensive fragrances, but he does have a few. And I remember him saying at one time, he did like this fragrance, it's this one here. So did Max and lots of others at the time. It's ISSEY Miyaki, LEAU DISSEY, Pour On, Noir Amber. It's the amber fragrance, got that yellow colour bottle look. And when I first bought this, I thought, I see everybody like Max is saying, if you see it now, if you see it on the discounted, get it. It's that good. And so I thought I'd trust what Max said. He's pretty good what he's proud of. So I bought it. And if I was to be honest, no disrespect to Max or anybody else, I thought, well, what was all the hype about? You know, when I first bought this, I thought, and even now, it's nice. But it's not nothing I'd want to go and say, oh, I need to go and buy it now. You know, there's other choices I could have bought at the time. But now I've got it. There is a place for it. It's not like spring and summer. It's definitely an autumn and winter scent. And you may like this. This is well received in the fragrance community. You know, I'll give you a quick look at that bottle. Look at that coloration. Standard ISSEY Miyaki bottle. Look with the lid the same. But it's the colour of the bottle that sets it apart. It's got the yellow colour. And it's got, if I didn't know and I wasn't looking at the notes from Fragrantica, I'd swear blind it got like resins in it and stuff like that. It's got like a resinous smell about it. And I thought myself, I smelled this somewhere before, or something very similar. So it kept driving me, you know, in my head. I kept thinking, where have I smelled this before? And then it dawned on me not too long back, because I bought a fragrance like new to collection. It's only a cheap fragrance, a Middle Eastern fragrance. So I'm going to show you that as an honourable mention, right? And it's this one here. It's Quaid. Just take it out the older guys. This is it here, Quaid by Latafa. Now spraying on this, sprays a lot of juice out. But as I'm smelling this now in my bedroom, this is very, very similar, maybe a little touch sweeter than the one I just showed you, the ISSEY Miyaki one. And I've researched it before I came on here. Both phrases, I've got lots of notes in both phrases, but I'll just take a few of the notes so you can see how they share some of the notes and make them similar to each other. You've got saffron, cinnamon, leather, cedar, vanilla, amber. And that's in both of them fragrances, guys. You know, excuse me. And it's what's the name? It's made me think. I kept thinking to myself, I've you know, smelled that smell before. When it was anybody dawned on me, I was planning on using the Quaid in the winter and autumn months. It's been coming up now because as it starts where the cold weather starts coming into the UK, you start putting a jacket on, different things like that, because it starts to get cooler. And that's the time to stick something like these two fragrances on. and then wear from the autumn way through the winter. And they are quite good fragrances. And I said I didn't know what all the hype was about that. It's not because it's a bad scent. It's when I first smelt it, I was a bit underwhelmed. I think, is that it? You know, is this one of them all going on about? You know, if I had that and had a choice of that or, you know, one of the John Paul Gaultier fragrances, I'd have probably chosen the John Paul Gaultier fragrance over it because I do like that house. But I bought into the hype and bought this fragrance. And I mean, Max Forte, he's one of the pioneers of YouTube, and, you know, even Sebastian, you know, he's been doing YouTube for years, and they're great reviewers. There's lots of good content. But I couldn't agree at the time what was so special about it. But now I've got the fragrance and I've worn it a few times. To me, it just gives like this resinous smell with some sweetness from the vanilla. And it's got lots of different notes. Let me give you the notes to it, guys. You'll see what I'm on about. These are the full notes. Right. Let's get down here. Here we go. ISSEY MIYAKI. Top notes, you've got saffron, cinnamon, nutmeg, coriander. In the mid, leather, cedar, papyrus, vetiver. In the base, you've got amber, vanilla, and tonka beans. And as I showed you that note earlier, how they do share some of the notes with the quaid. Now, on the back here, I've got quaid on the back. You've got cinnamon, bergamot, cardamom, saffron, sandalwood, cedar, carnation, vanilla, amber, and leather. You can see how they've got a very similar notes. So when I sprayed it in the bedroom before I started shooting this video, I thought, yeah, they are very similar. They're not exactly the same copy, but you can tell they're very close in that same ballpark. And that is a lot cheaper than the ISSEY MIYAKI one, the quaid one, and it gives you more or less a similar smell. I had a similar experience the other day with a couple of fragrances over in there. And I've got totally steered by different two companies, and then they smell very similar. You know, and I thought, well, you don't have them copying each other, or they've released them at the time and they've ended up creating this fragrance that smells very similar by coincidence. You know, so you have to give people the benefit of the doubt, I should imagine. Okay, guys, that's my second choice, is the ISSEY MIYAKI one. Now going to the last choice now, which is this one here. John Paul Gaultier, Le Mal Parfum. Right. This is a nice fragrance as well, guys. If you like John Paul Gaultier, yeah, it's got that sweetness about it, but it's more grown up. It's got like a grown up feel about it. I love the black bottle with the gold. That's nice. That sets it off really well in your cabinet. But it's got that sweetness about it, but not maybe not so much as the Ultra Male, which I also love as well. But this one, it's more because it's like a parfum one. They're designed to get you closer in certain situations and different stuff like that. So they last longer, but they sit closer to your skin. So you get your scent bubbles closer in, and then your people come to you, talk to you, passing by close proximity of you, who can pick that fragrance up. And if it's probably a loved one or something, they might comment you on the fragrance, how nice it smells. So that's how they come to, you know, this, well, so what I say, where this fragrance fits in, you know, between the other John Paul Gaultier fragrances. They've all got their own different characteristics, but this one, I tried to keep it similar to the first one that came out with Le Mal, because it has got the DNA in there, but with a lot more sweetness than the first one. And so it is a cracking fragrance, and I do like it. And I think that would serve you well in the winter if you like that touch of sweetness with your winter and autumn fragrances. I think you rock that fragrance quite well, guys. Okay, so that's my 3 picks and the honourable mention. So just let's leave the quaid to one side, because that's not going to get a Podium finish. That was just like a comparison, like an honourable mention on this again. Yeah? So then, who should we put in first place? Oh, should have said third place. We'll go for third place first, then we'll go up. That's the best way to do it. Okay, so for me, the third place would have to be that one. Bentley for Men, Intense. Because not everybody can wear it with confidence, because it is one of the fragrances you choose where to wear it. So for that reason, I'll stick that one in third. Right. The second one would have to be that one, ISSEY MIYAKI. That's taken the silver spot. And in the gold medal position would be Jean Paul Gaultier, the Malin Parfum. Again, I think they knocked it out of the ballpark with this fragrance. So well done, Jean Paul Gaultier. You take the gold on this occasion. You know, so I brought this idea, guys, over from my Instagram account, and it seems to be doing quite well over there. So I want to bring it onto YouTube. I did one last week. Go and check that one out. That was part one. This is going to be part two. And I've got two more to show you. And I'm going to start introducing, you know, more fragrances for the autumn and winter months. Hopefully be different to ones you've already seen. And then that way it just gives me a chance to showcase all my autumn fragrances in a way that it's a fair second and third finish. Okay, so I'll keep doing this thing for a few more weeks. I'm going to try and put another video out tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet regards as what I'm going to show you, but it was something from my collection, you know, that'll take the fancy on the day, and then I'll have to give it you. Like I said to you before, this is Alan Moore, that's one mic, and this is one take. And I don't know what I'm going to give you tomorrow, but it'll be as raw as anything, because I'll probably decide about now before I can start filming the video. Okay, guys, so I'll give you another review of fragrance tomorrow. Thanks for tuning back in. I hope all have a good evening, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot. All the best.